Guys, have you ever been in a relationship or a marriage and you feel like your partner is just not changing? The bad behaviors, of course. It's just constant misbehaving, constant negative behavior, constant everything that you've been trying to let them understand that it's been bothering me. Can we work on this? And there's no signs of hope, no signs of change. You feel like, you know what? In your mind, you're thinking, you know what? The grass just might be greener on the other side. Or you might want to just remain single. Let's take a look at what Kelly thinks about dating in 2024 and let you, maybe that can help you make some decisions on, is it worth it to give up on what I have right now? Oh, I can remain single, or I can choose that other long lost love that we had such a good connection with, if they'll accept me back or if they are available. Let's hear what Kelly has to say about dating in 2024. Here goes.
Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Kelly and I go by One Earthy Lot Goddess on everything. So I'm here to give my feedback on the dating world and my experience and so forth, based on me being a single mom and out here in Florida. I don't know if it's going on everywhere else, but from what I'm hearing, it is happening everywhere else. Before, we weren't so educated on the term narcissistic or narcissism or any of that terminology. But now that we have the internet and we're able to educate, I realized that I've been married to one. I've came across one, a few actually. Even recently came across a few. You'll be surprised how people would lie and the extent they will go to lie to get what they want from you. Many people date these days, they're not serious. They don't know what they want. And it doesn't even matter the age group or the race. It's the same thing. Not saying that there's no good people out there, because I know that I date personally to get married. And I will tell people straightforward, like, hey, I'm dating to get married. I don't want no kids. I lay it on the table. And I only talk to the people that have children so that they don't expect me to have kids for them. And they will lie and say, oh, yeah, I want the same thing. Da, 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 da. And then fast forward, that smile I have turned into a frown. So it is really rough. They don't even care. You remember when kids were off limits, where people they're like, I'm not serious, so I don't even want to meet the kids. Well, guess what? They want to meet the kids and they know they're not serious. That's how bad it is. So with that being said, it is horrible. You can't trust anybody. I mean, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but they always tend to turn out the total opposite than what I expect. And it's sad. It's really sad, but I learned how to deal with people accordingly. Like, I look out for red flags. I don't even like to paint. I stopped bleaching red flags white. I stopped because I realized people are set in their ways and they're gonna get what they want. They're gonna do whatever they want and say what they want at the end of the day. So you just gotta pick your battles, and that's what I've been doing. So far, I've been happy single. I've been on a few dates. I peep red flags and then I'd be like, okay, peace, bye. And I love my best friend named Blocked. I like to block people. So just be mindful. Look out for red flags. That's my advice. And don't expect the most from people. Let people surprise you, because I realize that I always expect a lot, and then when I don't get it, I get very disappointed.
Okay, now that we've seen what Kelly had to say in her video, it's not looking too good, in my opinion, my assessment of things. It's not looking too good. Kind of reminds me of that song by Mary Mary, when they actually said, see, from the looks of things I should be crying, but because I know in whom I trust, my heart tells me to rejoice. My faith in you keeps telling me to hold on. All right, so maybe you should hold on. Maybe you should definitely reconsider. All right, let's look at some tips to see if we can bring some change. We can't change anyone because, people have their behaviors and we cannot control a person's behavior. But let's look at some tips that could kind of sway somebody's behavior, some positive tips to get a little bit of difference in the way things are going. Here goes. All right, so the first tip is you have to put your well-being first. It takes precedence over everything else, the relationship, it takes precedence over that. And this is why you can break down into having high blood pressure. You can start eating your life away, which is not, it's a horrible thing to be, just eating every time you feel emotionally drained or hurt. You run to bad foods, fast foods, and that can happen quite often. It happens when couples are going through their different ups and downs. They run to Burger King, they run to McDonald's, they run to all the fast food restaurants. Then you see the weight gain coming on. Then you see the heart palpitations. They can't sleep at night, so they have to be drinking coffee, which has a lot of caffeine. And here goes the different medical issues that comes with all of that, right? So that is why it is important to prioritize yourself. You have to put yourself and your needs first. And you have to know when to step back. You have to reflect on the fact that you cannot change anyone. You can only change you and what you accept. And that does not mean you're gonna close the door on your relationship or your marriage. It just means that you've decided that I come first right now, and I have to prioritize making sure that mentally I am okay. And that's quite fine. Second tip, you have to learn to let go. You cannot control anyone. There's a lot of partners who, when they feel like they're in a relationship or their marriage and it's not going the way that they would like it to go, they start trying to call the shots. They try to give ultimatums. They try to throw a fit. It's just trying to control the situation. Well, in fact and in truth, you cannot control, like I've been saying, a person's behavior. So controlling behaviors, definitely, it's not recommended. You can only advise, you can only communicate by sharing your feedback, and you can be still and know that I am God by waiting patiently with, of course, a reasonable time frame. Set your expectations, and it has to be something that both of you have agreed on. It can't be where you're forcing someone into changing by next week. You have to change. Relationships, it does not work that way. So you definitely have to let go of this controlling behavior, manipulative behavior, and trying to want things your way. Of course, sometimes your way might be the more better way to go, but the approach shouldn't be trying to dictate or control somebody's behavior or what they're doing or when it needs to stop or when. As I said before, your well-being, it comes first. So of course, if it's becoming a problem for you, you have to set some boundaries, period. Tip 3, I just mentioned boundaries. Boundaries are okay in relationships. It sets, pretty much puts you both on the same page. You let your partner know, hey, this is unacceptable. It's been going on for a certain time. It's too much. It's becoming, a problem in this relationship. And when do you anticipate that you can make it a little more compromising or in order for us to work? We can't continue on the same page. Of course, granted, you can agree to disagree about a lot of things in relationships, but when it's becoming a case where it's destructive to the relationship, of course, you have to let the partner know this is unacceptable. It's been going on for too long. And relationships are supposed to be healthy, so that should not be an issue where a partner is not understanding to how it is affecting you emotionally, physically, and every way you can think of. Tip number 4, those expectations that you have, those boundaries that you've set, and those behaviors that you're hoping that will change, you, of course, can't be a hypocrite. You have to embody those same type of behaviors, boundaries, expectations. You have to be doing it so that you can lead by example, right? There's a scripture that I think it's do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you want good to be done to you, you have to in turn do good to your partner, because then It's like a double standard. You're practicing, you're preaching something that you're not demonstrating to your partner. So what sense does that make? I mean, come on. We all want to be treated the right way. So you can't ask for something and then you are not doing it. It doesn't make sense. So tip number 4, you have to embody the same behaviors and demonstrate the same things that you're expecting from your partner, period. The next tip is to treat your partner with love, because initially when you started the relationship, you were deeply in love, you were in the honeymoon phase, and so you spoke about love in your words and in your actions. And I think there's an artist by the name of Kem that sang this song, I can't stop loving you. And so there's a lot of that going on in the initial phase, and you even demonstrate those behaviors of love, that affection, you know. As a matter of fact, there's another artist, Donell Jones, it's just coming to me, and he sang but when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. So to be honest, if you really love someone, you will not want that person to hurt. I guarantee you won't want that person to hurt. And if you look in the Bible next to the type of love that we should have for each other, that 1 Corinthians love, it doesn't hurt, doesn't provoke, and the list goes on. I think I've talked about that kind of love in several of my videos. And to be honest, if we really love our partners, we will not show any hurt towards them unless it's not real love, and real love does not hurt. So if we want to get people's behavior to change, we don't return evil. I use the word evil, I don't literally mean evil, but we don't return bad behaviors with bad behaviors. We demonstrate love. So I'm serious when I'm saying, I can't stop loving you. You want to show love all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the beginning and then you drop the ball later on. You want to show love throughout the whole relationship. Even when they're treating you a certain way, you still want to lead by example. You still want to do the right thing in hopes that they will see that I'm doing good, so they will want to do good. And there's a lot of times that does not work. But at the same time, you don't want to change because of anyone, right? You want to always stay on the right course, because I guarantee you it will turn around for your good. At the end of the day, whenever you do good, it comes right back to you. At the end of the day, you will reap what you sow. So you sow good things and good behaviors, and that will come right back to you. And I can't leave my scriptures out. It's very important for us to do good to them that hurt us and despitefully use us and accuse us and misuse us and ill-treat us and all of that. Do good to them, because at the end of the day, you will surely get your reward, and that reward will be good. Doesn't matter what the outcome is of that marriage or that situation. It will turn out for your good. I can testify to that. I've never tried to return bad things for bad behaviors to anyone. I just know how to love and how to treat people the way that I want to be treated, in spite of how they might act. And at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about who I represent, which is God. So I try to stay on the right track. I'm not perfect, but for the most part, I try to keep it real. This is City Sid. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, and thank you for sharing. Stay tuned for another video. God bless you. One love, and I'm out.